All right, I'm back for Dust US's ongoing coverage of IEM Dallas 2025. I'm Sørensen, coach of Falcons, come off a 2-1 win over GamerLegion. So to start, a pretty close game, all things considered. Taking on a team with a stand-in and one that maybe wouldn't be expected to put up such a good fight. Is there anything you can point to in these early moments after the match as to why this was such a hot contest?
I think first of all we have to give credit to GamerLegion. They are a great team who can always pose a threat to us big dogs, I would say. So we always know that we have to play our A game to beat them, and they have played with A-Corp before. The coach know him, and he knows them and know his philosophy. So even though it can go both ways when you're playing with a stand-in, I mean they felt composed and have done a really great tournament. So props to them, and I think this might be the last tournament of this season because they're not going to the major, but they definitely should have been because they are an underrated team that people should fear.
Looking towards the map you dropped, Nuke, that ended up being your map pick, and we have seen some recent struggles on the team, either maybe at Melbourne, now at Dallas. Does it give you pause for thought about whether it's going to come out tomorrow against Vitality?
No, I mean it's always special when you go up against Vitality. I don't know about our Nuke. I need to obviously go back to the hotel and watch it. I think we get a little bit too easily confused, and we don't have our rotations in place. Who is doing the rotation and where the gaps are on the map, and it just feels a little bit off as a team today, but we'll go home, analyze, and hopefully be better tomorrow because we, without disrespecting anyone and also ourselves, we have to play better if we want.
Where do you think that confusion comes from? Is that because of the recent addition of Mnmzzz? Because obviously the rest of the team have been together for some time now. So is it, what's the confusion on Nuke?
I mean, obviously we are. From Melbourne and also to Blast Rivals, we were, having this honeymoon period where, yes, we made a lot of mistakes, but people were just taking fights and was, enjoying. Now we have tried to, there's a lot of stuff that has to be implemented for us to be more consistent. I think on Nuke today was just, a little bit off. I think we had some similar issues against Heroic where we left some gaps that we weren't supposed to, and you're always trying to work on 6 maps at a time, but sometimes you put the focus on different maps, and Nuke was and is still one of our better maps, I would say. But today, maybe we haven't put enough focus on it, and there's still some work to do. You can't just in a couple of weeks be ready on all 6 maps, but definitely we need there room for improvement on especially Nuke here today.
Like many teams here at Dallas, you kind of made the conscious decision to attend Dallas rather than potentially maybe skipping it to spend all your time boot camping for the major. Do you think this environment gives you enough time to be ready for the major? As obviously that, of course, is going to be Falcon's main goal, is to do really well at the major.
I think it's tough because when we accepted the invite, we were in a totally different place. With the VIS system, which is, in my opinion, there's definitely some things that should be looked at when it comes to optimizing it, because we are at a team who needs to fight for VS points and stay high on the rank. You have to accept these tournaments way before. I think it might have even been 3 months ago. And if you don't, the team just below you that you are competing directly against will get the invite, which obviously is fair enough. But I think the system is, especially for the underdogs, not good enough. And when you're not part of the top 3 with a lot of points secured, as we are now, you can definitely get punished if you don't attend as much as possible, which is, in my opinion, it's a very bad situation and will be something that I'm afraid that players. We have also seen it now with some teams skipping tournaments due to health issues. I'm actually really concerned for the health of the players.
Does it give you any bad flashbacks? Unfortunately, way back before COVID, that was something that was an issue with Astralis, where you had such a demanding schedule with Blast and then with ESL at the time. Is that something, that you think is tenable, as we have so many tournaments now? We're almost back to where we were in 2019.
Yeah, I think we definitely have an issue. Last year, I understand from Valve's point of view that you need to have other entities come into the scene, so it's not just Blast and ESL, having this franchise league. But I think right now the intentions are good by Valve, but unfortunately it just forces teams to play, especially the ones who are not, part of top 3 and top 4 maybe. As I said before, it's coming to a point where I think it's actually it's a bit scary.
And then final question for you, taking on Apex tomorrow on Vitality, he's someone who almost plied his trade, who became a master IGL under your leadership on Vitality. Is that, is it going to, what are your thoughts heading into that match against maybe a former student of yours or a former, companion of yours?
First of all, I would say that Apex deserves all the credit themselves. I'm just proud and happy that I could be part at hopefully adding a few percentages to who he is today. He's a phenomenal leader, phenomenal captain, and obviously the last two games has been rough going up against them. Also 3 because we played 2 in Melbourne. So it's going to be a tough task. He's very hard to encounter because he can play all styles. He can play slow, fast, unpredictable, pushing through smoke. And it's not just him; it's the way he calls. I know that. So it's going to be a tough game going up against the best team in the world.
All right, that's Zonic from Team Falcons. We'll see them in probably the new El Clasico of CS2, Falcons versus Vitality tomorrow. Thank you so much for your time.